Hey, I'm Kev Camelot, and welcome back to Vannington and Rossi the game. And the start of our assault on the MotoGP title with Ducati. I did a John and AC move from about 25 years ago. I went with my heart, went with the Italian team in red. Instead of perhaps sticking with Honda, who we did well with at the end of last season. Or even going to Yamaha. We're going to be with Ducati for, I reckon, the whole season. We'll see how it goes. But there's certainly aim at the moment, and of course to win the title for them, to be only the second rider ever after Casey Stoner to win the MotoGP title for Ducati. And Stoner did that a decade ago. It's kind of hard to believe he's also been retired for, I think it's 5 years as well this year. And of course there'll always be questions about Stoner coming back, especially as he is now a Ducati test rider. Well, he was. I think he's now a Honda test rider. I forget. He's been a test rider for Honda and Ducati since he's retired. And a little stint in V8 supercars as well. Oh my... How did we not lose the bike there? Guess we've lost a bucket of time in that section. We're still 1.2 seconds up though. And that's off Hector Barber on the customer Ducati, if I remember correctly. Now I'm thinking it's a Honda. I'm getting my Ducati and Honda all mixed up, okay? Go out the final corner as we've got Danilo Petrucci, definitely honoured customer Ducati at Pramac, taking the top spot until we take it away with a 54th lap. Not a very good lap time, it feels like. Not very good lap. I think it's sort of very scruffy all over the place. But that time's decent at the moment. Let's see. That stands until the end of the session. So you skip time. And it does, as Barber is on the Ducati, so I haven't mixed it up. And he goes through alongside myself. He's a tenth of a second faster than Petrucci. So here we go. We get some reputation and VR points, and we are going to improve some skills as well. Throttle management, agility and braking before we go to Q2 and go for pole on our Ducati debut. So here we go, approaching the final corner to try and warm up a bit better than we did on that last lap. That was a tighter line. Bit nervous on the power still. But we get away down this long straight at the Sal. Very much is a modern circuit. I don't think it was designed by Herman Tilke, but very much feels like a Herman Tilke track. With some long straights, tight corners like this first corner. And of course a very technical middle section. And end of the lap as well at times. And so we're losing first gear a bit more. We're being adventurous on this qualifying lap. So we want to get that power out the corners though. Probably won't be using first gear as much in the race because we want to help with the tyre wear. I'm watching an onboard lap of Danny Pedrosa as well in real life when he got pole in the rest. He didn't actually use first gear for what we saw. Went down to second. Of course, in real life, the bike's so powerful that they need traction control to keep the damn things going. And even then, most of the time, what you saw with Calcoccio and Paul Spargo, turn 11, sometimes the bike just gets away from you. Needs to expect it. Of course, with Andre Ninoni as well, he had a whole race after a superb start. Just dropped back on that Suzuki. It's, going very wide into that right-hander again. As we approach the final section of the lap, going wide everywhere. We got on the power early enough. There we go, hooked up the penultimate corner. I don't often say that. As there's Paul Spargo taking pole for the moment for a 55-1. Get the feeling going to be a bit faster than that though. And there's Rossi with a 54-2. That's similar to what we did in Q1. Both we gone faster. So we approach the line, and we do by 2/10 of a second almost. For 54th lap. Is that enough for pole on our Ducati debut ahead of the Doctor on the Yamaha? As we skip time. And it's not. It's not, as the Honda of Marquez wins out in the end ahead of the Yamahas of Lorenzo and Rossi with a 53.8. But we lead an all Ducati second row alongside Dovi and Iannone. And in the third row with Vinales, Pedrosa, Crutcho and the Espargaros round out the top 10. And in 11th is Pole ahead of Barbara. But a very good qualifying, we'll say, for our debut. Best of the Ducatis, not the front row though. I really hoped, but I would take that as we improve our body position and physical condition. So let's go to our first race with Ducati. Will be as successful as qualifying, or even more so.
Good evening from the Losail circuit. The long wait is finally over and a new World Championship season is about to begin. The bikes and riders are almost ready to take to the track. The MotoGP Grand Prix of Qatar will start in a few minutes.
So here we are looking at the first grid of the season. Kev Camelot very happy in fourth. That smile never off his face. As we got a couple of Suzukis behind us on the grid. But looking outside the top 12, you've got Yoni Hernandez down in 8th and Scott Reddy in 15th. And right near the back, you've got the Aprilias and the Estrella Galizia riders. As here's Dovi practicing the bump drafting on the formation lap.
Floodlights lighting up the track. The riders are trying to focus their minds, and in a few seconds the Grand Prix of Qatar will get going here in Doha.
Of course, this with being last year's bikes, we've got the winglets on our bikes as well. You saw that on the grid. Got banned for this year in real life, but I'm not sure what to think of the winglets. As Vinales tries to get past us, so we drop back at the start. Got Crutchlow behind us as well. We take back that 6th place. Now there's Pedro's. Oh my, what is going on? What are you doing, Danny? So we're dropping back of the top 5 at the moment. Hope you're going to wield an hymno. As Iannone's making a fast start. Rear tyre providing some chatter there. But here we go, getting into rhythm now at the end of this first section. Or not. Going wide, but we've got enough of an advantage that we keep Vinales behind us for this 6-lap race. We just want to ease ourselves into it. Don't want to use too much of the tyre in the first half of the race. So I have enough at the end of the race. It's something we learned last year, you know, especially in Moto2 and our first races in MotoGP. So we are with the front pack now. Look at that. Ducati, Yamaha and Honda with Marc Marquez. We'll be wide into that right hander. We haven't got that right at all in qualifying or the race. This is the advantage of a modern circuit. We can use the tarmac runoff and basically accelerate our way back into 6th place. Go slightly right in penultimate corner. That allows Vinales past, barging by, and here comes Danny. And I don't know where I'm going with my rider. Let's take it out without the pack by. Got Petrucci in front. And I said we're alongside Bradley Smith. As here comes the Ducati power with the help of some slipstream. As someone's gone very wide. Is that Danny? Looks like it was. But now he's trying to make his way back past Redding. Joseph, very aggressive this race. We've got Barbera and Petrucci rounding out the top 10. Got Espargaro and Lafferty battling for a point at the moment. And now we got a Tech. Oh my god, we're getting mugged by the Tech Freeze. Get on your bike. What are you doing? As we drop down to 17th. And we're down. Tough debut for Kev Camelot on the Ducati. Is what the heck? Now, I might have to shut up for a bit and concentrate. As I expected us to not be right at the front in the first half of the race, but I didn't expect us to be right at the back. As our teammates are doing a great job, you know, with the fastest lap on that first lap. And Dovi in a podium position. Now here we go, right-hander. We're going to get you right. Eventually. As we get on the curb, well, that back end works nicely there. So 2 seconds behind Elias Baz in front. While the Yamahas are battling for the lead. Brakes are just not there at the moment. Maybe I do have to change that brake disc, one of them to 1. I'm going to have to look back at my old videos and see which one I had to change. You see, the braking's just not right on this Ducati at the moment. As you go into the third lap of the race, we're still a couple seconds back of the pack. We got that first corner well. Even if we do struggle slightly to get on the power. You have to tap the brake slightly through that right hand kink. Don't really want to do that. We're just not very comfortable with the bike at all at the moment, as we have caught up to Baz now. Looking down his inside. So that's the first place up. Only got another 20 to go. So we've got the Aprilias and the Australia Galizia guys battling, just like they were in qualifying. Don't mind me, boys. Continue a private battle now. Go slightly right. You've got to be so careful on the power on these MotoGP bikes. We go into the right hand, though. It brakes a bit early. And that shallow line as well, so we're not carrying speed for it, but at least we hit the apex. So now we're in the final sector of the lap. Ultimate corner. Oh, already struggling with that rear tyre. That is not a good sign at all. Let's get onto the front stretch. It's Baptista and Miller having a good battle behind, just like they did in real life at Jerez, which ended with a classic jackass moment. So I forgot to change it down to second there. That was a bad mistake. So catching up to Lafferty now. There you go. No, it's Hernandez. I can never get Lafferty and Hernandez separated, it seems like. It looks like it's Lafferty battling with one of the Tech 3 riders. So look to the outside. I can see a point right in front of us. Oh, almost losing the bike again. This Ducati really tough when you try and put the power down. Of course, that's been its classic weakness. As there is Lafferty, 4 point. Do we dive down the inside? Not quite. You can even see a top 10 right in front of us. It'll be a good last couple of laps of this race. Yeah, so we're hooking up that sequence of corners now. That's good. Turning slightly early into the corners though, which is bad. Got to carry some speed through them. So you go approaching the final corner. Trying to set this up for a good run down the front stretch. Oh, just not there. But this Ducati has power. That's the one thing you can expect from a Ducati. Lafferty makes a nice move on Espargaro. Now we try and follow suit. Oh, he's held up Espargaro there with a poor line into that corner. Can we dive down the inside in the fast right-hand kink? Yes, we can. Lafferty makes another mistake. So can we go around the outside of the Irishman? Yes, we can. So we're getting points at least on our Ducati debut if we keep it upright. Oh, as I dive bomb Bradley Smith. Very slow into that corner. Because you've got two Ducatis battling for a top 10 in front with Redding and Barber. Smith wants to try and hit me back, but just stay in front of the Brit. Poor race for Tech 3 round here. Expect them to be in the top 10 battling. But battling just for points. So this is definitely a Ducati track if you've watched in the past. If you watch this year as well with Dovi getting a good podium. It's not a good sequence there for the right hand kinks. So here we go on to the final lap almost. Let's see if we can get a good run for the final corner as we drift it out wide. Hope to get on the power early. Pick the bike up and get a good run down this front stretch. So here we go, final lap of the first race of the season. And the Gemals are still battling who gets the checkered flag between Rossi and Lorenzo. That's how you hook up the first corner. So we've got Cal Crutchlow in front. Poor race from him as well, down in 12. And someone ran wide in front. Seems to have somehow stayed on. Because I also see there's a Zuko of Alicia Spargo in front, in 9th. So Gandin gaining hand over fist on the guys in front. On this final lap, we are sniffing a top 10. We can keep it together. So halfway through this lap, oh, the back end wants a fight. We don't know. We want to fight the riders in front. As you can see in the bottom right, our tyres are gone. Even though I feel like I've been much smoother than I have been in the past in MotoGP. Oh, too much on the curb there, backing, getting out. Just don't have the pace. The end of this race. Oh, in the penultimate corner, messed that up. We're saying goodbye to the top 10. Could we say goodbye to 13th as well if we don't get this final corner right? We do hook up the apex. Gonna power smoothly enough as Rossi wins the battle of the Yamahas in the first race of the season. And we win our battle for points just ahead of the Tech 3 boys. As after that fall, that really did rule us out of top 5 contention, but we had the fast set up the race. The only guy into the 52s in the race. And look how close it was at the front. 16 thousandths of a second separating Rossi and Lorenzo, with Marquez making it a Honda on the podium ahead of Ducatis, my teammates of Dovi and Iannone. Pedrosa up to 6th in the end after being a bit crazy in the opening couple. That's Pucci 7th, Vinales 8th. Espargaro 9th right behind his teammate ahead of Barbara. And the final point goes to Bradley Smith. So after the first round of the season, no surprise what the standings look like. And in the constructors, Yamaha lead Honda by 9 points, with Ducati right on the tail, and Suzuki with 8, and Aprilia with 0. So, not the best first race of the season. That fall really did cost us, but it seems like tyre management is slightly better, even on a volatile Ducati, as our braking, throttle management, and cornering have improved.
Guys, next week we are organizing a drift on tarmac in Misano. Up for coming?
As we are going to do some drifting apparently, round the oval. This is going to be very interesting. So here we are, back in the Mustang, ready to drift. Like we were born to do it. Good to see there's some variation in the events between the seasons. As that counts as drift. Bit surprised by that. Let's see if we can hold it round the... Oh, no, we can't. 64,000 we have to get. Okay, I guess this is kind of made for drifting, so... So you are racking up the points. Even though it's not a lot of points, though. Look at our total, it's abysmal compared to the top. So you keep it in third, see if that's any better. The second seemed to give too much torque and wheel spin. Seems to be. Yeah, now we are racking up the points. To go around this oval. Less than 10,000 behind Marini. No, barriers. Why are you getting away? There we go. Oh, that's a drift as we go up into the podium places. Can we catch Morbidelli? I don't think we're going to catch Rossi. No! We've been denied by the barrier from earlier. Why you hate us, barrier? Don't have enough time, I don't think. Catch up to Morbidelli. Well, I'll take a podium from that event. Because I'm not the best at drifting. Not quite my cup of tea. As we go second in here, we did beat Morbidelli by over 1,000 points. So if we didn't hit that barrier, we might have been challenging Rossi. But I'll take that. As we get some reputation VR points. You get some experience points as well. But don't go up any levels. Physical condition almost there. It's pretty nice from Rossi in that event. As we are now going to be heading to Argentina next time out. Can we do better than we did in Qatar? You know, maybe not in qualifying, but definitely in a race. I feel if we can keep that bike just going and don't make so many dive bomb moves and improve the braking as well. And look at my old videos, see how I had the brakes then. But shout out for watching, and I will see you next time.